A Valley restaurant owner is helping her fellow small business owners who are struggling during the pandemic with videos that tell their stories. I spoke with Liz Ostoich, the owner of Farm and Tequila in Palm Springs, about her campaign called Pay It Circle. Liz, it's so great to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, Peter.
So tell us about this amazing campaign that you've started to help small businesses.
Well, I'm excited about it. So we started it back in December when things were pretty grim. And what we decided to do was to look at what we could do to kind of help the businesses around town. And I felt like, well, one of the things that was happening was there were a lot of people out of work. And I looked around, and one of the people out of work was a friend of mine who's a videographer, Jacob Johnson. And I thought, how can I help Jacob in a time like this? And I thought, well, I could hire Jacob to maybe go around and highlight some of these businesses and encourage people to shop somewhere that they haven't shopped before, dine somewhere using takeout that they haven't been before.
And it's called Pay It Circle. What does Pay It Circle mean?
Well, Pay It Circle is kind of my made up phrase. And I always loved the concept of paying it forward. But to me, paying it forward is sort of linear, like it kind of gets away from you, if you will. And so Paying It Circle kind of made me feel like if we could keep it all in this valley, and I could help Jacob, and Jacob could go highlight another business, and we could help that business, and maybe have somebody buy gift cards from that business, and then those gift cards could be used to give to somebody else who's out of work, who may need, a shopping opportunity or a meal or something. Then we could kind of keep that moving and keep it within our community. And I kind of looked at it like a big hug within the community.
Like a big hug. What I love about this, Liz, is you could have just simply focused on yourself, but you have basically taken it upon yourself to help other businesses nearby, even some of your competition. What compelled you to do that?
Well, it's funny. One thing that I've learned through this thing is there really is no competition. So we have really kind of come together as a community, not just the restaurant owners, but all the retailers and the business community, the out of work performers and so forth. And I've tried to start looking and try to put myself in everybody else's shoes, because I'm familiar with my story, and each one of us has a story, but everyone has a different story. And I like to say that we're in maybe the same storm, but a different boat. And so I think it's important to start looking outside of ourselves and realizing that other people have hurts and needs and so forth. And if we can help those people and maybe highlight their stories and their differences, then we can really survive this thing as a community.
I'm curious, what has the reaction been, not just from other business owners, but from the community as a whole?
It's been great. I think we're trying to highlight some kind of places that are hidden away, like Gabino's Creperie and some of the places that people don't know anything about. That's, kind of down a little alley, but it has the best food imaginable. And so we're trying to highlight some of those places. And I think people are excited about it because they're learning about new businesses.
Well, I think it's just fantastic. Pay It Circle. Very nice. All right, Liz, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Peter. We'll talk soon.